The most common materials for cookware among campers and backpackers are stainless steel and aluminum. Stainless steel is extremely durable, fairly lightweight, fairly cheap, and it conducts heat really well. Aluminum is quite a bit lighter, conducts heat very well, but it isn't as strong as stainless steel. There's a new form of aluminum that is just as strong as stainless steel, yet it's lighter, conducts heat better, and is easier to clean. It's made this way through a process called hard anodization. The hard anodize method is an electrochemical process. You ready? It involves placing an aluminum part into an electrolytic bath and applying electrical current through the bath. This process forms an oxide coating on the aluminum part. The only downside is the fact that it's a little more expensive than the stainless steel cook sets. It is worth a few extra dollars to get a lighter, easier cleaning cook set that will last longer, but if you're on a budget, stainless steel cook sets will work just fine. How big the pots are and how many pots you'll need depends on how many people are going to be using the same cookware and whether pizza delivers to where you're going to be camping, you lazy ass. By choosing one of the larger cook sets, you'll be prepared for larger groups. Plus, you can always leave a pot or two at home if you don't need all of them. It's going to be strictly based on what kind of length of trip and where you're going to be. If you purchase a cook set that does not have built-in handles like this one, make sure they come with pot grabbers. Pot grabber is a small tool that allows you to grab pots without burning your hand, which is pretty important. This is also an item that's easily misplaced but critical to comfort, so be careful, and then you can go around and you can grab whatever you want with it. For family campers, a Dutch oven is a wonderful item to bring. They're great for baking, browning, and roasting on a hot bed of coals. They're usually made of cast iron, which is pretty darn heavy, but they can also be made out of aluminum. Dutch ovens are simply a wonderful way for to do camp cooking, and a little practice, you'll be able to create really delicious meals. You're obviously going to need some sort of a bowl. A lot of people will eat right out of the pot, but that's a great way to get sick if you're sharing it with another person who happens to be all germy. And a bowl has many uses, like for prep and for dishwashing. You can use a Tupperware style bowl. That was one that usually comes with a lid, which is really handy. It's also durable, lightweight, it's easy to clean, and you can use it for storage when you're not eating out of it. And the best part is they come in a ton of different shapes and sizes to suit your needs. Cup and bowl sets that are collapsible and lightweight are popular among backpackers and minimalists where weight and space are going to be a big concern for their trips. If you have room for a mug, that's really great. Hot cocoa and any other adult beverage you might want to have tastes great out of a mug. If you don't have room, then your bowl can serve as a mug once you're done eating. If you decide to take a mug, pick an insulated plastic mug with a lid over stainless steel. Stainless steel seems like a natural choice, but they don't keep hot liquids hot for very long, and you can also burn yourself really easily on the outsides of them. Rather than tossing them, I put those plastic testing mugs you get at beer fests into my camp box, and they are perfect. They're a little bit smaller. You'll also need something to eat with. If you're family camping, you're probably going to take a whole set of cutlery and tableware since you have room in the car or camper. Backpackers, on the other hand, need only a spoon or even a spork. They're making a big comeback. Lexan is also a great material for utensils. It's lightweight and durable, yet it's nearly impossible to melt. You may have to remind people that they're not disposable because they look a lot like regular plastic utensils. If people forget anyway and throw away your Lexan, you may want to remind them by punching them because Lexan is an investment. If hitting isn't your style, you can always use a stainless steel variety, but they are a little bit heavier. A knife is also needed. There are thousands of uses for a knife in addition to using it for camp cooking. If you want even more use out of your knife, then we suggest looking into getting a multi-tool. If you want more information, you can get a lot more details about multi-tools and knives on our Spout Out Gear Tip video. That'll help you pick either a camp knife or a multi-tool. Finally, you're going to need some odds and ends to do some really serious camp cooking. For example, you may want to take a spatula, serving spoons, a grater, a cutting board, a limited selection of spices, or anything else. It all depends on your menu. Just remember, every item adds weight and takes up space, so make sure you really need it for all of your camp cooking and plan your meals carefully. Bon appetit!